If you would like to enter an indigenous community, remember that you're not there to sort of observe them. You're there to, strike up a relationship. Today I had my first official English lesson with the whole community, the Achuar community of Santiago. Again, I'm looking where I'm going. Sorry. Because, I'm walking through the rainforest. Yeah. On a trail, but, a rainforest trail. Anyway, I had my first lesson today. I had been giving English lessons in one of the houses with one of the families, but today was the first one with children, from various families from the whole community, as well as a local teacher who is also the owner of the internet, as they say. He's the one who allows you to have internet. Anyway, it was very interesting. They offered Achuar in return, and I'm learning it as I'm living in the house a little bit, and I'm learning all about the culture. It's fantastic. It's really interesting. Today was maybe a more formal. We were exchanging, mainly me giving English, because that's also how I'm kind of earning my keep, so to speak, here. That's why I'm being allowed to stay so generously, with food and everything, is I am giving English lessons, which is a service that they would like, and a service I'm happy to provide. But today, when I was teaching English, they also said, all right, we'll put the Spanish and the English on the board, and then we can put the Achuar as well so that you can understand it. So that's just it. The kids, some of them speak Spanish, and many of them understand it. And I think same thing with most of the women. They also understand it, but don't always speak it, at least not fluently. Which is very interesting, because I think it's the men who do a lot of have a lot of dealings with the mestizo population, right? The Spanish-speaking populations in the cities, like Puyo, the nearest city to here, and things like trading in, wood, raising trees, and offering up the wood, the lumber to prospective buyers from the city. So the men do that. And so for that reason, they usually have considerable knowledge of Spanish. So I put up Spanish, English, and then we did sort of the pronunciation in English, but as if it was Spanish. It's written, how you would pronounce Spanish, using the letters that way. And then, walking through the forest again, well, still. Anyway, so then you have Spanish, English, the pronunciation in English, but as if it was Spanish, and then Achuar for me to learn. And I think also it helps strengthen what the kids know. So yeah, that was really interesting. By the way, I'd say that's a good idea. If you would like to enter an indigenous community, remember that you're not there to sort of observe them like it's a human zoo. You're there to, strike up a relationship. And in this case, relationship I struck up was one of being able to teach English, to be an English teacher, whilst at the same time being an anthropologist and linguist, trying to do cross-cultural work, and in this case, staying with the Achuar, which has been very rewarding and very interesting. So anyway, that's a little update for you from my trip to the equator land, right, to Ecuador, and I hope you're enjoying that, and stay tuned for more.